this was so good. Leaks tomorrow? I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. I mean, there's gonna be a beta soon, right? So if people want to know what they do, I guess they'll be able to find out if they want to. Now, I'm very curious about what the next gym marketing is gonna be, because that's gonna be a tough one. Because if I have to pull for Icelands, then pull for Evernight, and then the next patch... I mean, next patch, like, after 3.6, 3.7 is most... I mean, this is 3.5, right? So 3.6 is gonna be Evernight and then Hang. So 3.7 is... Yeah, it's 3.7. Isn't 3.7 the last patch in HSR? Because I think it might be. Because like in Genshin, it goes up to X.8 before going to a new cycle. Oh, there is 3.8 in this game as well? Okay. Okay. Maybe it was ZZZ. Because ZZZ ended earlier than that. Anyway, yeah, so... Yeah, it's gonna be rough because we're most likely gonna be getting... the new... Most likely gonna be getting Cyrene in 3.7, which is gonna be a tough one. Anyway, man, the story was really, really good. Honestly, I really enjoyed it. Of course, I'm sure a lot of people did not enjoy a lot of it because there's a lot of yapping, which people don't like. I personally loved it. I thought it was great. Yeah, I thought it was great. Straight up, I thought it was great. I think the characters were awesome. Isolance is super cool. I love Seridra as well. I'm just, again, I don't really like the kit of Seridra, so I'm probably gonna skip for now. And if she ends up working with someone else in the future, like let's say for some reason she works super well with like Evernight, or she works super well with Cyrene, then maybe I'll pull for her on a rerun. But for now, like I'm not gonna pull for her when I'm definitely not gonna be using her, because I don't have any of the characters she works with. Like I don't have Fiden, I don't have Anaxa, so I'm not interested. And I feel like her kit is very restrictive, unfortunately, and too restrictive. So, not a big fan. But outside of the kits, I think both the characters are awesome. I love their personality, I love their stories, I love their character design. Yeah, they're great. Absolutely great. Man, we still don't know what law she tried to overturn, though. Which makes me upset because I really want to know. I'm so curious. I also did not... I'm not gonna lie. This story, I just did not expect this at all. Like, I did not expect this at all. I didn't expect that we're literally just getting into a new cycle and boop, we get booped out, we get put in prison, we get put in a 1,000-year timeout, and it's another dead cycle. I actually thought this was going to be the last cycle, but no, because of the two geniuses, they're able to basically create another extrapolation, right? So we're going to get another cycle. I thought this was the last chance. So for me, we were gonna get into it, and we're gonna have to find a way to stop Hyselins from killing Seridra and stuff. But no, we just ended up in another dead cycle that we had to basically survive again. And I guess, man, every single patch we're gonna go into a new cycle at this point. That's crazy. I feel like the next one has to be the last one, surely. Surely it has to be the next one, the last one. But now it seems that, like, we kind of dealt with, like, Hergus, right? Which means that now we might have to fight him again, but I don't think he's going to be the main antagonist. As it was kind of said, there's multiple paths here fighting, right? And at the end of the day, we know that the God of Recollection wants something with Emphorius, right? And I do think that we will need the God of Recollection to some extent, or at least we will need the power of Memoria, of remembrance, to be able to physically create this place, right? Because the only way for this place to become real is most likely through the power of Memoria. Just make it a Memoria planet, right? And everyone on it be memo entities, right? Because without doubt, there's no way they can just exist out of just data, right? They won't have a physical body. So the only way to make it is to make them into mimetic entities, just like Black Swan, for example, right? That's what I think. So we're definitely going to need the Remembrance power. But I got sidetracked because of a bot, sorry about that. But it seems like some of the Guardian of Recollection is fighting against us, right? As we saw multiple times, both with March 7 and then with us again, where they're trying to manipulate us. So there is definitely gonna be something going on there. We might have to confront some of them. Maybe they'll make an alliance with Lycurgus. Maybe it's gonna be a free-for-all. There's at least gonna be like 3, maybe even 4 factions fighting each other, to be honest. Because there's destruction, there's, you know, the Trailblazers, which, I mean, you could say it's the past the Trailblaze, right? That's technically a path, right? Then we got Remembrance, obviously. And there might be something else. I mean, currently, like, the hot topic is that maybe Evernite is actually not Remembrance for some reason. Or that, I mean, even if she's a Remembrance, like, gameplay, because of, like, her umbrella and, like, all the mouths, both on the umbrella and the outfits, a lot of people are speculating that maybe she's actually an emanator of Voracity, which would be absolute cinema. So, yeah, I don't know what the heck is gonna be happening. I'm very, very curious. Or she could be Enigmata, she could be a lot of things, I don't know. But that would be very, very exciting. So, yeah, I'm super hyped. I thought the story was great. I really loved, again, like, the character. There was a lot of focus on Hyceline and Ceridra both, which was very, very cool. I really enjoyed that we got a chance to focus on them properly. This was awesome. I can't wait for the rest. That Lycurgus fight was crazy. Lycurgus fight, like, going into, like, his transform mode, where he literally looks like a JoJo's stand, and then he transform again with, like, 3 eyes and all the scary shit. And then the Dormammu I've come to bargain moment was absolutely insane. It's like there's just so much thing happening. It was so good. So yeah, I thought it was great. I really, really, really enjoyed it. Was there anything, like, even like just the beginning where you arrive in the forest and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, we killed Canis and the cleaners. Yeah, we just didn't want that to deal. We didn't want to deal with that. And the fact that we arrived and that they all already knew about the prophecy because of Tribi. I know it made so much sense, but I just didn't expect it for some reason. I was like, oh yeah, I mean, of course it's the you know, it's the time and passages and all that stuff. So of course Onyx will be able to tell us that we come from the future in a weird way, right? But it still bamboozled me because I didn't expect that. I was like, okay, we're gonna have to, you know, like, convince them or like work behind the scenes to make sure they don't do something silly. Can I infiltrate them, but to help them? But no, just arrived, they're like, oh, the delivery is finally here. By the way, Canis is dead. Whoop whoop. I was like, what? That was like so crazy. But yeah, I really hope that we get to interact with the other characters more in the future, right? Because at the end of the day, we did get booped for 1,000 years, basically. I want to interact more with the Glea. I want to interact more with, like, everyone, basically. And Cyrene did say that next time Fine will be there. So I don't know why he would be there this time. Or if there's a reason why. Maybe he was there, we just didn't get to see him. Or something. I have no idea. But she did say that he will be there. So I guess next patch, everybody will be here. We'll have to try and keep everyone alive. Ceruda included. That's a big goal, right? So very exciting. Also the fact that Dan Heng was there at the end talking to Evernite also probably means that because he was supposed to leave, right? So unless for some reason he left and then came back, which sounds a bit weird, like right away, like without anyone else, right? I feel like maybe Evernite was able to stop him from leaving for a reason or another. I have no idea. So either way, very, very exciting. Looking forward to it. I thought this patch was fantastic. And yeah, if I had to give it a score, I would say 9.23 out of 10. There it is. A nice round number. All right. That's my thoughts. Hope you enjoyed this. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, boop, boop.